Well, why did he have his pants on backwards? Oh, I gotta go. These Nimrods are here. Alright, later. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Randy here. Crazy weeks going on here. First of all, my partner who sits at this desk is retiring at the end of the month. So all this will be mine. Here, I can show you. Starting with the printers and the computers and not to mention my desk. My desk is set up so I can work on 6 PCs at a time. And some people say, well, how'd you get into computers? And I got into computers because way back when I took a basic programming course. And if you don't know what basic programming is, it's just like a string of logic. And my mind is really logical, so I can do stuff step by step by step. And when working on a computer, that comes in really helpful. Now in the basic programming class, we had like I think it was 12 or 16 weeks, but we had 12 programs we were supposed to write, very simple ones like print the word print, or something like that. But it had to be done in basic programming, and I had all mine done the first week. The logical steps it just makes sense to me. My brain works that way, and that's why I work on computers, because computers do everything in a logical step. Computers don't do anything you don't ask it to. You might say, but it crashed. I didn't want it to do that. No, but somewhere in the programming, somebody asks it to do something and somebody asks it to do something else, and they conflicted, and that's what's caused the crash. But everything in a computer is being told or had to be figured out by somebody. And that's why I work in this department. We have different departments. We have the network department. We have the boots on the ground department. They are the ones that go out and fix broken monitors and stuff. But yeah, so I'm getting tongue-tied all night tonight. Anyway, so yeah, when people get a error they can't figure out, like, oh, every time I open Outlook, this error pops up, and that comes in the form of a ticket. And a ticket, if no one takes it, because we just voluntarily take all the tickets we need, and then if no one takes it, it gets assigned at the end of the day. And if someone can't figure something like that out, they're like, man, I worked on this for 2 days, I can't get it. They usually just give it to me, because I use that logic. I'm like, okay, when you open Outlook, what happens? These extensions open, this opens, this up here opens, this plugs into that, and then I'm like, okay, so now I can check this is, oh, look at this one's wrong, so there's the thing that's wrong. And other people, I just don't see them, like, they don't think logically. They jump right into, oh my gosh, Outlook's broken, we got to reinstall it. So there's logical steps, and that's one of the reasons I got into ciphering and steganography. And that's what I wanted to talk about. A hunt just finished. If you go over to Kyle Lazar's channel, you will find they just did a video on their hunt, and at the end of the video, Mike goes, oh, I want to hear Randy's opinion. So here's my opinion. First of all, you said there's no ciphers in it, but you use book ciphers, you use Beal ciphers, you use Caesar ciphers, and that's just from the half of the video I watched so far. You use substitution ciphers, which is basically a Caesar cipher. So yes, those were ciphers, whether you know it or not. Secondly, I didn't get the book. I got a lot going on in my life, and I didn't get the book. But I don't know if something pointed to that, because like I'm trying to follow along. He says, oh, then you take the billiard balls and you do this. And like, was there something in the book that said take the billiard balls and do something with them, or that the billiard balls are important, or let me use a different word, or the NFL teams, he went through each puzzle, but he didn't say how you got to the puzzle. So the puzzle is like a plane, and how you get to it are the steps up to the plane. So if you have, a billiard ball puzzle, there must have been something that led to that. And I'm trying to follow along, and it's hard to follow someone else's logic, but yeah, I can see that. And things didn't have to be solved in order, and things can be solved out of order, which is the same with my book. There's some parts towards the end that somebody's already solved, and parts at the beginning somebody's already solved. It's the middle everyone's stuck on. But like I said, without reading the book, I don't know if there's something that said, hey, animals are important, or hey, this is important or that's important. So I can't attest to the steps going up. The puzzles are logical and look like they can be solved logically, and duplicatable. That's an important thing. Is if one person does it and they just tell the method to another person, they should be able to do it and get the same message. And this is what happened with the GPS coordinates in the Forest Fen hunt. I came in late into the video because I get to work at like 10. They were wrapping it up, and I just caught the tail end of the GPS solve, where you use these words that sound like numbers, and you put them together, and it makes a GPS. And I wasn't here for the part where he actually went through and did all of it. So I thought, I could do that. So I take the poem and I did everything he said. I took words that looked like numbers, or sounded like numbers, and spelled them out. I put it together, and I put it in Google Earth, and it took me right to where the two rivers meet, I can't remember the two rivers. That's where warm waters halt. It takes you right there. And if you take some of the letters that if you take some letters that were questionable and put those in, it went right to Fen Rock. So I don't care what anybody says, that those worked out. I did that only knowing the method. So it was duplicatable, and if it was duplicatable, I have to think it was intentional. Still, a lot of people don't believe me, but it works out, and I've made videos that shows how it works out. But yeah, I think it sounds like there's a lot of puzzles in there, a lot, and people are like, I've been criticized before because my prize is only $5,000 and a few other things. And they're like, oh, your book is way too hard for $5,000. Well, gee, someone made the comment, yeah, this should have been a 10K hunt. And I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of work for a little, I'm not saying that's a little payoff. I would love a couple of grand right now. But yeah, that's a lot of work. And now I can see where people are looking at my book and going, I've worked on this for all this time. I don't think it's worth $5,000. I put more than $5,000 worth of my time into it. I make $10 an hour, and whatever. And so, yeah, my opinion of the book, it looked, as long as there was something in the text that pointed to some of these, because like I said, I saw the plateaus, but not the steps leading up to the plateaus. So I can't attest to that, but the puzzles seem logical. I don't like anagramming. I hate anagramming, as a matter of fact. So some of the answers were you had to anagram. I like the double steps because I think when I did my 5 questions with Jenny, which was really like 20 questions with Jenny, I put a little puzzle at the end. The puzzle, you solved it once, and then you get a bunch of letters, and you solve it again, and then you get the real answer. And I looked like he did some of that in there, where you solve one thing, and then you get a thing, and then you got to anagram it, and then you get the answer. You know, just multi-steps, which I prefer. And yeah, some of the puzzles were solved independently, and some looked like you had to solve one puzzle before you could solve the other puzzle. Same with my book. What else can I say about it? I think it's a little dangerous putting phone numbers in because, yeah, you're going to have people, like you said, get the wrong number, and then someone shares that around, and that person's getting a bunch of calls. So that's kind of funny. I just think that's funny. Excuse me. So yeah, that's my overall thought. I think it was logical. I think it was fun. You know, there doesn't have to be a prize, but I'm glad there was a prize, and somebody got it. Yeah, I love the part about going to the park and using the letters and the numbers and stuff in the park. That's something I would have done. But yeah, it's very clever. I don't know if I could have done that. Like I said, I've got a lot of things going on. I wouldn't have had time to solve all those puzzles. If I wasn't doing certain things, I might have some time to sit down and do that. But yikes. I don't even know if I'm going to get... wouldn't it be funny if I got John Collins' Black Book and got the olive jar, and I could be like, ooh, I got the olive jar. I'm going to open it. No, I'm not. I'm going to open it. I'm going to open it. Yeah, freak everybody out. I would have so much fun with that. I probably wouldn't open it myself. I would have fun with it until I found like the right person to open it and share that with the world. But everything else I would put under my bed, like Force Fed said. Put it under your bed and don't tell anybody about it. So, yeah, you can't keep your mouth shut. When I solved for the snail in a treasure trove, we were the second people to solve one of the clues or one of the puzzles, and the person before us hadn't revealed how they did it yet. And but I was excited. I was like, this is how we did it, and this is where it was, and this is what it was, which kind of opened the floodgates for all the other puzzles, because all the puzzles were basically the same. I think there's only one or two that was different from a poly a square. But yeah, to say it's not cipher heavy, I disagree with that. You use ciphers without realizing you're using ciphers. See, that's how you grow. That's how you grow. But anyway, that's all I have. I've got 4 computers here to work on. Like I said, my partner's retiring, and as you see around the bench, we can work on like 20 computers at a time, maybe more than that. And laptops can stand on their own, and that's going to be me. Luckily, I'm on 3rd shift, which means no calls. Well, very little calls. And yeah, I have 3rd shift. I do a little bit of everything. If the network goes down, I have to know networking. If a monitor breaks, I have to run a monitor out. So I do a little bit of everyone's jobs, but my main job is setting up the computers for new users and then troubleshooting computers for users that have issues, and refreshing computers, because we can't, it's company policy not to use a computer that's out of warranty. So once the warranty expires, we replace it. yeah, we have no choice. It's, we are a Fortune 500 company, and we have, just at our location, we have like 15 or 20 techs, and worldwide we have hundreds. We have Microsoft people that work in our offices. They work for Microsoft, but their office is in our offices to take care of, because we're 100% Microsoft. So they take care of, hey, this didn't work, and they'll reprogram it and refix it. Send that out to Microsoft. It comes back as a patch, and it's really, I think it's amazing. Our network is worldwide. I can sign into a computer in Sweden. I can sign into a computer in Japan. They can sign in our computers, as long as we know the different codes. But wow, sometimes it blows my mind that I know what I know, because like if a network goes down, I'm like, oh yeah, man, this VLAN got switched for some reason, and I'm like, how did I know what a VLAN was? You get to the point where you're like, I don't believe I'm at this point. But anyway, I gotta go. I've got to finish these guys, and there's not a lot of work to do tonight, so I'm going to do some cleaning back here, because this is going to be my shop. I'm going to run it my way, and I'm going to, I don't know, set up a few things. Yeah, I'm going to miss, this guy has worked for the company like 40 years, and you can tell him a computer name, and he would tell you who uses that computer, what's on it, what programs it uses, what it connects to, what model it is. He's just got one of those eidetic memories that, I can say, hey, what's computer 1190, and he'd be like, oh, 1190, that's P24, and yeah, they use that for shop grid programs, and yeah, that's a Optiplex 3070, and it's used by all three shifts. And I'm just like, wow, how do you know that? And plus things are getting weird now, because corporate is taking over more and more of the IT department. So like things we used to do, like, hey, install this program, we can't do anymore. We have to go to corporate and say, hey, this person wants this program, and it comes in as a I don't know how to explain it to make sure everybody understands, but it comes in as a program that loads itself, and then the user just has it. And now that we're on Windows 11, we can do so much more. We just go, it's instant. You go to, we got a big list of programs that are authorized, and if you want any one of them, you click on it and it's on your computer. It's just amazing what they do. But yeah, lots of fun. Dealing with stuff at home. I lost my cat, and I about had a fit, because my cat has a cat door, so he goes in and out, and he went out one day, never came back, and after about 6 days, and we're talking nights, we're going down to like 30 degrees, so it's getting cold, and after about 6 days, I'm sitting there, and he just strolls in, goes over to his bowl, starts eating. Like, where have you been for 6 days? So I bought a tracker, and I put the tracker on him, and I can see like where he goes, and there's one big red spot, and I think that's a house or something he's been staying at or something, because I don't know, he shouldn't have been gone for 6 days. That blows my mind. And I was like just writing him out. I was like contacting the Humane Society every single day, because they have cats come in every day. Yeah, I was losing it. And then he just strolls back in, and I put the tracker on him, so now I can track him. If I ever lose him again, I can at least say, oh, he was over here. I can look over here, or see that, hey, look, he went way across town. I think that might have happened. I think he might have got picked up and taken somewhere, and it just took him a while to figure out how to get home. Cats are good that way. And nothing else to tell. This time I'm really going to sign off. So we'll see you guys later. Take care, and take care of all your people in your life, and have a good day.